Aloha and Namaste. Welcome to an in-house retreat. I'm glad you're here today. I'm glad you're finding time for self-care, to be present, recognize your breath, and maybe taking time to stretch the body pre or post surf session. So go ahead and find your way to a comfortable seat on your mat. Allow your palms to face up on the tops of your knees or wherever they lie comfortably. And we'll start here by just recognizing our breath. Starting with an exhale, begin to breathe. On your next deep breath in, slowly reach your arms up and over your head, inhaling. Allow the palms to touch and exhale them down to the heart center. Honoring your body, your breath, and this place we have to practice yoga today. On your next deep breath, we'll start to bring movement to the body. Go ahead and draw the right hand to the top of your left knee. Take a gentle twist here and sit up tall. Big deep breath. When you're ready, float to the other side, opposite hand to the top of the knee. Sitting up tall, twisting through the core center, letting the crown of your head reach towards the sky. On your next inhale, come back to center, reaching the arms up and overhead once again. Reconnect with that good intention as the palms come to touch overhead, drawing them back down to your heart center. And from here, just taking a moment with the palms pressing together, letting out an exhale breath. And on your next inhale, we'll once again expand the arms outward and up overhead. And this time on the exhale, bring the hands to the tops of your knees and go through a nice gentle seated cat-cow. Pressing the heart center forward and then rounding the back, drawing your chin towards your chest. Take a few more deep breaths here, rounding through your seated cat-cow. And then we'll slowly make our way to straighten the legs out in front of us, finding your sits bones, making any adjustments you might need to. And go ahead and just bring some energy to those legs. Maybe you're waking up in the morning, getting ready for dawn patrol. You just need to wake up the blood flow in the thighs, to the toes, to the ankles. And then we'll go ahead and bend the knees up towards us. And give yourself a nice seated forward fold hug. So just relax your forehead into the tops of your knees here. Let your shoulders relax. Nice deep exhale breath. Then straighten your legs out. And we'll go for a nice seated forward fold. So doing the best you can here. Your legs do not have to be straight. Just try to hinge from the waist. On your next breath, go ahead and just fold into that once more. Inhaling the arms up and overhead. To then exhale, fold in. On your next breath, go ahead and swing the legs out back behind you to find your way into a tabletop position. And then gently sway the hips from side to side, just allowing them to dip down gently. Go ahead and bring that to stillness, and we'll then straighten the right leg out behind you. Draw it over to the left side, extending through the toes, and just gently stretch your side body. How's your breath? Go ahead and move to the other side, so draw that leg back to center. Opposite leg comes back behind you and swoops to the other side. So you're making a letter C shape with your torso here. Big deep breath. And then nice and easy, we'll come back to center and find our downward facing dog. Piking your hips towards the sky, gently pedaling out your feet, letting your head relax. Go ahead and take a big exhale. And on your next inhale, look up towards your hands and tiptoe the feet to the top of your mat. Halfway lifting up to a flat back, and then go ahead and fold in. Uttanasana. Let the body just hang here for a moment. And when you're ready, take a nice slow inhale breath and roll up that spine to a standing position. And once you reach the top of your mat, go ahead and wiggle your fingers, shake the wrists. And then let's recollect that deep breath as we stand tall on our mat. Take a nice inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms up and overhead. On your exhale, float the arms down. Let's go ahead and do that a few times. Just breathing in as the arms reach up and breathing out as they fall down. The next time the arms reach up and overhead, we'll take a nice side body stretch. Reaching the right arm up and overhead, allow the left arm to either drop down or press against the hip. So breathe here, open those side body muscles. Stretching the obliques that help support our strong core center. Taking one more deep breath here. And as you exhale, other side. The arm reaches up and overhead. Opposite hand comes to the hip or down by the side body. Breathe. Lengthen in this space. On your next deep breath, go ahead and reach back to center, both arms driving up and overhead. Pressing through the fingertips as the palms come to touch, bringing them down to Anjali Mudra, back to your heart center space. Honoring where you are today, being grateful for this present moment, and then go ahead and let it go, shake it out, wiggle through the fingers, give yourself a few arm hugs, wrapping the arms around the body. And then very slowly and controlled, bend the opposite knees up towards your chest and hug those knees in. Not holding for very long, so not having to focus too much on the balance here, but just more of the movement. Stretching, warming up those legs for hopefully your paddle out today. And then when you're ready, arms reach up and overhead. On your exhale, Uttanasana, forward bend. On your next inhale breath, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, step back into plank pose. You start to move through a yogi flow, lowering down for Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing dog. Breathe in here. Open the chest space. And then slowly exhale your way back into your child's pose. Trying to allow the forehead a space to touch the earth. Relax your sunglass muscles and just surrender the body here for a few breaths. On your next exhale, go ahead and press your way up to a tabletop position. Finding your center, and then ground your right hand into the earth. drawing the left hand either up to your hip or reaching it up towards the sky. On your next exhale breath, take that right arm down towards the earth, threading the needle by allowing that shoulder blade to touch towards the ground, your right cheek to rest on the earth. And if it's available to you, you can wrap the other arm, the left hand, behind the back body. But only if this serves your practice, you're comfortable, familiar with this pose. Otherwise, that hand can stay planted at 90 degrees. Check in with your breath. Relax those surfer shoulders. Breathe out. Take another moment here. And on your next big breath, we'll press our way back up into tabletop, allowing us to transition to the other side. Opposite arm reaches up. Big deep breath, and on your exhale, swoop the arm through, thread the needle. Allowing that opposite shoulder blade to touch towards the earth. Once again, the other arm can reach behind the back body for an additional stretch and opening, or keep it on the ground, planting at 90 degrees, assisting with the shoulder stretch here. Check in with the body, relax the face, breathe out. Finding your way back to your tabletop and into your downward facing dog. We'll then rise the left leg up into the sky. Pointing through your toes, go ahead and bend your knee and draw that heel of the left foot towards your right glute. Just take a gentle hip opening here. And then go ahead and lower it down, change to the other side. Opposite leg rises up, point through the toes, and allow the right heel to reach towards the left glute. Being very mindful of this movement. And then begin to close off the right side as you lower the leg back and down into your downward facing dog. Releasing the head. Let the face weigh heavy. Slowly transition your way down into your plank pose as the knees touch the earth and you find your child's pose. Allowing yourself to relax here in Balasana. Relieving stress, relieving fatigue. Stretching through the toes, the ankles, the hips. Take another deep belly breath here. And then slowly walk your knees up to the top of your mat, finding a cross-legged position. Beginning to close our practice together. Go ahead and roll the wrists a little, shake out the fingers. Maybe it feels good to give yourself a few little hugs for being present here, taking the time for you. And then mindfully bringing the hands out to either edge of your yoga mat or your mat space. Lengthening through the arms. Sit up nice and tall and proud. Take a breath. And on your next deep inhale breath, arms reach up and overhead. As you exhale, allow the palms to come to touch at your heart center. Or I'd like to say, the divine in me sees and honors the divine in you. Namaste.